Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce Let's Talk Business podcast with your host, Lloyd World Be Free. We're so excited to be here, but first we want to thank our sponsors. Southwest Airlines is the proud air travel partner of the Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, and Primacor, a proud sponsor of the Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We want to also say Merry Christmas to all and Happy Kwanzaa. We celebrate Kwanzaa, and just excited for this episode. We're going to be talking about a few tips concerning your business, depending on if you're LLC or DBA, if you're a S corporation or partnership. So we're going to explain all those different terms and things of that sort. But before we get rolling, let me let our guest introduce herself and who she is and what does she do.
Good morning, all. My name is Nicole Curette, and I am the owner of Secure Tax Service here in Houston, Texas.
All right, fantastic. Nicole, tell us a little bit about your tax service and how long you've been in business.
Yes, sir. We actually have two locations, one on the north side of town and one on the south side of town.
Okay, well, fantastic. I'm a south side guy, south side brother. On the south side, let's get the locations exactly. Give me where you're located.
Yes, sir. My north side location is 7110 Lowndes Avenue, Houston, Texas, 77020, and it's Suite B. And on the south side, I'm 9505 Scott Street. I'm in a convenience store. I rent a little space there doing tax time.
Okay, well, so you make it convenient for the
Yes,
citizens
sir.
and residents in that area, for the community.
Yes.
Those people be able to go from Sunnyside.
Yes, from
And
the
that is in
Sunnyside area. The Sunnyside
Make it clear.
area. Yes,
On the
sir.
sunny side. I'm from the
Sunnyside.
south side, but
Yes,
I'm
sir.
South
Sunnyside.
Park.
We
But
service
come on.
South Park too.
Come on over there. We'll come on over that side. No doubt, no doubt. Well, fantastic. Now, what type of taxes do you do? Do you do business taxes as well, individual
Yes,
taxes?
sir. We do individual. We also do business taxes.
Okay, well, fantastic. Just a quick tip on tax. What a person need to know on the tax when they come to see you. What would be beneficial for them and yourself to get the process happen real fast?
Most definitely, I need you to have all your paperwork with you, because we can waste a lot of time trying to figure out if you have it or not, and then I have to try to go and get your numbers that you need for that you might receive from the IRS. You have an EIN number, which is an employee identification number. That is how the IRS can tell each business individually. Everyone has their own number. So I will need you to bring that with you if you are a business.
And if you have your receipts in the box or whatever, shoe box, bring that as well.
Bring that as well, but you will be charged.
Charge extra for the shoe box.
Yes,
so,
sir.
So try to at least put it in a spreadsheet
Yeah,
if
you
possible.
can put it in a spreadsheet. They have a lot of different things out today that you can scan in receipts, and they put them in where they go. So it's less time tallying them up if you can scan them in already. Now, I still do have people that do the shoebox. They don't care about the fee.
No, okay. Well, hey, bring your shoebox, whatever way, spreadsheet. If you're not computer savvy, find someone who is, and help them take those shoebox receipts and put it in a spreadsheet, so you don't get that extra charge by Secure Tax Service when you come to them. So, okay, Connie, let's get into some of the tips that we would have that you could give us for us. Let's start off with sole proprietorship, a DBA, and explain what a DBA is and what's a tip for someone who owns that type of business.
Yes, sir. A sole proprietor is basically a business with just one person starting out. And the DBA stands for doing business as. So you could be Nicole Curette, doing business as Secure Tax Service.
Okay, so that helps pretty much start that. Now give me a tip for someone like that who has this starting out, what they need to know for taxes or just in general for getting their business rolling.
Yes, sir. In this particular business, startup costs would be something that they would most definitely need to make sure they have their records for. Purchasing equipment, supplies, and filing your documents. A DBA, the doing business as, you go down to Harris County courthouse or the annex, and it's like $16. But hey, that's a fee that we can write off.
Okay.
Because it's part of your startup cost.
Okay, so everything that you would need to get yourself rolling and get started.
Yes, sir.
Those particular investment fees can be actually wrote off at the end of the year.
Yes, sir.
As expenses.
Yes, sir. As expenses
that you did in that 2019 year.
Yes.
For example, and say, okay, I did this and I did that, and even what it takes to get the business started.
Yes.
Can be wrote off at the end of that year.
Yes, sir.
Beginning year, and say, okay, this is what I need to get started, and this is expenses I took.
Yes.
At the beginning. For sure. Okay. Well, fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Let's look at the LLC and what that means, and what are some tips for a person who is in an LLC type of business.
Yes, sir. LLC is a limited liability company. It's a little step up from the sole proprietor.
Okay.
With that particular company, you have to register with the state of Texas.
Okay.
So fee might be a little bit more than
a little bit more, but you're moving on up.
But you're moving on up.
Moving on up. Okay. Well, fantastic.
Yes, sir. And with an LLC, you might be a little have a little bit more expenses, but one of the main expenses for that particular company would be travel and mileage.
Okay.
Because you could be a startup LLC, but you still need to travel for maybe different seminars, go and visit clients, something to that nature.
Okay.
But you can write off hotels.
Okay.
You can write off your gas, and you can write off your mileage.
Okay. Well, fantastic. So that's some good but once again, more business investments, business expenses that you have to be able to write off, that you can write off, but you just, once again, documentation. You have to keep up with those. Because you start saying, I went to France on a business trip, and you can't, people ain't gonna be able to understand, Uncle Sam ain't gonna be able to understand what you're doing in France, and you're doing the trucking business in Houston. What that got to do with one another. You have to be able to prove and show your expenses, why you went there, and things of that sort. Now, I'm going to jump back. So with a DBA, can you still write off travel and hotels as well, though?
Yes, sir, you can.
Okay.
You can, because depending on the type of business that you have, it could be a startup, but like you said, a trucking business. You might have to go to Austin because TxDOT is giving some type of seminar, but you have to travel there. You might have to spend the night, or stay over.
And then food and things.
And yes, sir, you also can write off meals.
So it's
but
important.
It has to be for the
business.
In regards to the business. Now, I can't just take you out and say, Mr. World Be Free, let's go to dinner.
Let's go.
Write this out. No, it has to be pertaining to this trucking company that you have.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, and most definitely, conversation needs to go on about this company.
Yeah, I'm doing the time there. Definitely.
Yes,
okay. So we can be able to write those off. So that's good. The same type of write-off in the LLC.
Yes, sir.
Can also be done in the DBA.
Yes, sir.
As long as it's maintaining the business,
Yes,
and
sir.
your receipts, and you document everything.
Yes, sir.
And you keep up with everything.
Documents are very important. I'm old school, so I still write down a lot. Even though everything is in the computer, you can do it on your phone. I like to write it down because you never know when the IRS might request something.
No doubt.
This might be your first year you filing for this particular company, and they send you a letter saying, we want you to show us proof of your mileage.
Bingo. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so and it's best to do it while it's happening.
Yes, sir.
Don't say I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah.
Next week happens or next month, and you've been forgot. Why did I go to Austin? Who was that dinner, and what was I doing there? And you don't have documentation of that, and then that opportunity to write that off might get lost. So with the LLC, you said you filed that with the state.
With the state, yes, sir, the Secretary of State of Texas, and with that, I guess let me go back and say a DBA is going to be filed for the particular county that you are in. So if you're in Harris County and you get a DBA, it's only going to cover Harris County. You might have chosen the name and it fits your business, but if it's only in Harris County, someone in Galveston County can use that because you have not went to the state. When you register your business with the state covers all the counties in the great state of Texas.
Oh, okay. Now, I'm glad you said that because I've seen some companies or some businesses that have the same name.
Yes, sir.
And I was wondering how that was happening, but they were only a DBA probably for that county.
Might be,
so
yes, sir.
Then when I go somewhere else and see that same name,
yes, sir.
I was wondering how that happened, but now that clarifies. I appreciate that because neither one of them probably was LLC to where they did. Well, one of them may have just did counties or things of that sort. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Now we move on to S Corporation.
Yes, sir.
And what is an S corporation? Because now I'm way beyond my understanding of a business on that end. Help me understand.
Okay,
What is
a S corporation is a little bit more extent than the LLC or a partnership. It's not subject to federal income tax. The shareholders of the S corp are taxed on their share of the income. So, if you're a sole proprietor and it's just you, you don't need an S corporation.
Okay. So don't go get into something until it's time.
Yes, sir.
Stay small as long as you can.
As long as you
and
can.
grow as your business grows.
Yes, sir. And before, you can do a lot of research on the internet about these different levels of business, but you need to speak to a professional first. If you have a tax professional that you're working with, speak with them about the correct route you need to go.
Now you mentioned just now, you said that with the S corporation, you don't have to file taxes.
No. I didn't say you don't have to file taxes.
I was about to say, hey, I'm going to give me an S corporation.
No, it's filed. The income goes through the shareholders, who are the shareholders of the corporation.
Okay, so with S corporation, you have shareholders.
Yes.
And then now, depending on the income that the shareholders make.
Yes.
Together or individually?
Of the business.
Okay.
No one can have, someone has to have 51%.
Okay.
And then from then on, like 40, 30 or something to that extent.
Okay.
Those particular shareholders file that on their individual taxes.
Oh, okay.
But when you are an S corp, this is also noted by the IRS.
Okay, so once again, you have an IRS number with S corp.
Well, the EIN number is the same,
Okay.
but the IRS will know, okay, this is a shareholder company, how many shareholders there are.
Okay.
So everyone that, even if, like if you and I were in a business together and we're both with one particular business,
Okay.
You're going to file it on your taxes,
Okay.
and I'm going to file it on my taxes. But it
Okay.
goes under your percentage, and my percentage will go under mine.
Okay, so I might have 51, of
Yes,
course,
sir.
because I'm going to have, if we own a business together, I'm going to have the 51. I'm just saying it.
I don't
I'm
know
just
about
saying.
that.
I'm just going to say it like that.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to have the 51%. And then now you'll have it because you know what you're doing. So you'll have the 51%.
Okay.
And I minus that 49 if I'm doing my math
Okay.
correctly.
Okay.
So 49. So I'll file based on the 49%.
Yes, sir.
And you'll file based on the 51.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, fantastic. That's new information for me.
Yes, sir.
And hoping you guys who are listening. Again, this is the Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. Let's Talk Business podcast with your host, World Be Free, with Miss Nicole Curette.
Yes.
I'm Connie. Miss Nicole Curette.
Yes.
From Secure Tax Services, who's giving us some great tips on great information on the different levels of business and where you should fit in, and make sure, like she just said, contact your tax preparer or your tax person, and if you don't have one, you can contact Miss Nicole Curette at Secure Tax Service. The different phone numbers, you have 281-857-7045 for those who are on the north side. But us family, for family on the south side, you can reach her at 832-398-4514. Fantastic. So go ahead.
I did want to let you know that my company is year-round.
Okay.
There are a lot of companies that are only opened around tax time. So when people need things like when you're purchasing a home and you need your mortgage person needs your 1040 and your tax person gave you one, but you can't find it, you need to get it.
Okay.
A lot of times you call them, they're not open. You can't reach them. We're open year-round.
Okay, well that's good to know. Okay, well fine. Yeah, like you say, you have these pop-up taxes.
Yes, sir.
Businesses that just pop up during the tax time. People looking to get their tax refunds back, and they'll go to those type of pop-up tax services. But once tax season is over, then they're gone,
Yes.
and you still might need some documentations or things
Yes,
of
sir.
that sort, and they're not available.
Yes,
So you
sir.
definitely want to get in touch with Miss Nicole Curette, Secure Tax Service. We're going to keep going. The next level will be partnership. Partnership, like you were just saying, if we was in business, so explain what partnership level would have.
One of a big expense for partnerships are purchasing big items. It could be big equipment, things of that nature. And a lot of times those are cash or credit expenses. So you most definitely need to keep those receipts, those invoices, because those are big ticket items that you need to write off. So you have to have proof of those. You can't just write it out on a piece of paper and say, I paid $5,000 for this copy machine.
Bingo.
Yes,
Gotta have the proof, like we were saying. Documentation is so important when you're doing business from the small end of the DBA
Yes.
all the way to the S corporation or the partnership, because it all the same Uncle Sam, same uncle. You know, we all related to him. You know what I'm saying? He's all our uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
there ain't no use running from him. You might as well just be upfront and be transparent
Yes.
with your paperwork, so that your tax preparer can help you stay out of trouble with the IRS,
Yes,
and
sir.
be able to get your benefits, as much benefits that you possibly can, because
Yes.
this country, give you a little history lesson in case you don't know, but this country was built on those who own their own business, and so the taxes are in favor for those who are business owners. So if you are business owners, make sure you take advantage of the tips that Ms. Nicole is given today on how do you best can be able to get the benefits back and not get in trouble with the IRS with your particular paperwork and
Yes,
things of that
sir.
sort.
And Mr. World Be Free, I wanted to go back to the S Corp because
Okay.
I did explain what that was, but I didn't tell
Some of the tips.
yes.
Okay. go
Yes,
ahead.
sir. So most definitely with the S Corp, let's say you're getting into renting a space. You know, we moved from the DBA. You might have been at your home.
Okay.
Yeah, so now we're in the S Corp, the big boys.
Okay.
We're leasing space, so we can write that off. So just make sure that you have your rent ledger or your rent receipts.
Okay.
Those are something that's we can write off, and advertisement, and even employee benefits. You have some employees, you can write those off also with your expenses for your S Corp.
Okay, now you mentioned just now, I'm gonna go all the way back to DBA, sole proprietorship, and you mentioned something about if you was in your home.
Yes, sir.
Give us a little information and tip and benefit for us doing business out of your own home, and how you can be able to write that off.
Yes, sir. You know, a lot of times, let's take, for instance, a candle making business. At the point you don't need to go out and rent space, you can do everything in your home. As long as you have a designated area in your home, you can write that space off. You need to have the correct square footage of that particular area.
All right.
And that can be written off on your taxes.
Definitely. And I've also heard like some of your utilities.
Yes, sir. Some of your utilities can be written off because you're at home and you're using it for that. Most definitely your internet,
Okay.
and your phone. Well, a lot of people use their cell, but it can be written off also. But most definitely your internet too.
Okay. Electricity,
Yes,
water,
sir.
things of that sort.
Yes.
Now you can't write it all off.
You
If
can't
you're
write it
saying,
all
hey,
off.
all day, all night, I'm
Yeah.
burning all the power,
Yeah.
and be like, okay, Uncle Sam, here's my write-off. I done used $300 a month.
Uncle
Or-
Sam ain't going for that.
He ain't gonna understand.
No.
It ain't gonna work. This had to be a certain amount.
No, sir.
But that's good. You said the square footage.
Yes, sir.
So-
That's a very big thing. If you're working out of your home and you have a designated area, know the square footage of that particular area. And I'm telling y'all, sometimes the IRS, if you get audited, they will come to, if you say your office is at your house, they're coming. So you need to make sure you have that particular spot. And it's nothing that can be done there but business. You don't need to have no bed in there, no comfort, no futon, nothing.
No.
That needs to be strictly a work area.
Work area. Don't have no hot plate
None
kitchen,
of that.
cooking and going on
No.
things of that sort. Now, with that though, and it's important, like you said, with the square footage and things of that sort. This understanding the different levels of where you are, what you're trying to
Yes, sir.
accomplish, and it's good to be able to get the training. That's why you need to consider being a member of the Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, where you can come, get the education, get the training, and learn what level you may need to start at, for as at what level you're going to be doing business. If you're going to be doing business to that degree where you need a LLC or a S corporation, then they can recommend that for you. But have someone who can help walk you through the minefield, someone who's been there before, who can be able to give you the right guidance and the training. And they have that here at the Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. They can be able to help guide you in the right direction. And that's so important to have like a mentor type situation when you're trying to go into business, have all these different questions, you're not sure which way to go, left or right, but having a company or a organization like Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce who can help you be able to get you in the right direction, who has members such as Nicole, who are professional tax preparer, tax service people who can help you with your taxes and just help you with this business in general and things of that sort. So we just, once again, we're so excited about this particular episode because the tips to get you started. It's a new year coming up. 5 days.
Yeah.
I just heard someone say that today. 5 days. I wasn't counting. But 5 more days and it'll be 2020.
Yes.
What are you going to do in the new year for yourself and for your business to get you started? Nicole, just give us some last minute wrap up tips before we go, and just anything in general that you think would be beneficial for someone in 2020.
Yes, sir. Last minute wrap up. Make sure you have your documentation together, your receipts together, all your paperwork together. That is very important. And try to have everything in the same folder so you don't misplace anything. Keep things close.
Now, so when you were saying the documents in the same folder, but you still wouldn't want them to be, I guess, itemized different.
Yes, itemized differently, but in the same, let's say, trifold, so that you'll have everything together.
Okay.
And you don't have to run around your house looking for stuff.
No doubt. So have travel all together.
Yes, sir.
Have food or something all together.
Yes, sir.
Have the different expenses
Yes,
labeled so that you can be able to see
Yes, sir.
which expenses goes where. You can be able to put them in your computer.
Yes, sir.
Boom, 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 and then less time
Yes, sir.
equals less money coming out your way. This is the time you don't want a higher expense. You want low expenses when you get your tax person. You want your expenses to be low so that you can be able to get back as much as you possibly can. If you're getting something back, or less you need to pay back out to the IRS. We hope in 2020 that you have much success in whatever business you are operating or business that you're going to get ready to start operating in 2020. We want to again thank our sponsors. Southwest Airlines is the proud air travel partner of the Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We also want to thank Primacor Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of the Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce as well. Continue growing your business, continue growing your corporation, your company, your LLC, your partnership, your DBA, all of the above. So in 2020, you can have great growth, and we can have you here on the show telling us that you heard about the Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. You came, you became a member, you grew your company to the next level, and you're just excited and want to be able to share who you are and what you have going on, just like Miss Nicole Curette with Secure Tax Service. Secure Tax Service, quick, qualified pros getting your max refunds. Give her a call, 281-857-7045. For those who are above I-10, north of I-10, that would not be me. I'm a Southside brother, so I'm going to keep it right here at 9505 Scott Street. I'll give you the address to the north side, though, 71110 Lyons Avenue. That's number B, Houston, Texas, 77020. And for the south side,
Make sure you tell them we give free gifts.
oh yeah, man, look at, don't forget about the gifts. I'm gonna let you tell it. Go ahead, tell, because I'm gonna miss something. You tell us about the gift.
Okay, all new clients with your first funded return with Secure Tax Service, you get a Bluetooth speaker.
What?
Every new client return is funded, you get a Bluetooth speaker. And we also pride ourselves on getting referrals from our clients, because if our clients are happy, they're going to refer people.
Yeah.
So we give $25 each referral.
So I get a Bluetooth. So if I come today on Scott Street, and meet you on Scott Street, and I get my tax service done, but I have to get a refund.
Yes, sir.
I have to get a refund.
The IRS has to give you a refund.
Okay, so we have to know I'm getting a refund. I can't be running from Uncle Sam.
Yes.
Getting a refund, and then I get a Bluetooth.
Yes, sir.
Bluetooth, what is it? Speaker?
A Bluetooth speaker.
I get a Bluetooth speaker. Then if I would bring my cousin with me
Yes.
from Sunnyside, and he get the taxes. Does he have to get a refund too?
No.
You don't have to get a refund. I just get the $25
Yes,
referral
sir.
for you doing his taxes.
Yes, sir.
Well, I can't mess with that one. Girl, look, I'm gonna call my wife and see if we're gonna head over to Secure Tax Service. We appreciate it. It's quick, qualified pros getting your max refund. And what? Si hablo español. Very important. Si hablo español. Gracias. Fantastic. Fantastic. So again, we thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of the Tri-County Regional Black Chamber of Commerce Let's Talk Business podcast. Your host has been Lord World Be Free with our guest, Miss Nicole Curette from Secure Tax Service. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.